This is the plaintiff, Ruth Edwards. She says the defendant, her former fiancé, owes her the cost of her engagement ring and a camera she purchased. The defendant thinks he can just get away with not paying her back for these things since they're no longer together. But she's here to show him he's dead wrong about that one and is suing him for the $1,154.27 she's owed. This is the defendant, Daniel. He says the paranoid plaintiff thinks he's some kind of thief because she's always going around and accusing him, stealing things from her. He's glad he discovered her cheating on him and called the wedding off because it was a blessing in disguise. Bottom line, he owes the scorned, vindictive woman nothing, and he thinks the judge will concur. He's accused of firing up an ex.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Proceed to come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Ruth Edwards, you are suing Daniel. You've asked us not to mention your last name. Your, former boyfriend, fiancé, for $1,154.27 that you say he owes you for the engagement ring that you are paying for and a camera he stole and a loan you made him. Tell me what happened.
Okay, Your Honor. I met the defendant in August of 2012, and within 3 months into the relationship, we became engaged. We started...
Why so fast?
He said that he was getting older. I'm 22. I met the defendant.
Oh, yeah, you're really an old maid at 22. How old are you?
I'm 40 years, please.
Oh.
And
okay, so he's double your age.
I met the defendant.
That's much younger than me. I'm just talking about the age difference. Are you really 22?
Yes, I'm going to be 23 this year.
23 is. Wow. That age difference didn't bother you?
Being that I have 2 kids already and I'm a single mom, I actually was looking for somebody who was a bit older and more intelligent and could actually be a father to my kids.
Okay, so go ahead.
We went looking for rings in November. When we went to the place, they wanted to have a card on file just for a backup, and he didn't have a card that he could give them, so I gave them...
I'm sorry, he's twice your age, and he didn't buy you the engagement ring? You bought yourself the engagement ring?
No, he was supposed to pay for it and give me the money and let me deposit on my account so that I didn't have to make multiple trips.
Except for that you didn't outright buy an engagement ring.
No.
You entered into a financing plan to buy an engagement ring. So you bought a ring that you couldn't afford to buy, and you put it in your name.
Yes. Then in February of 2012,
2012 or 2013?
2013, I'm sorry.
So for a whole year, what happened? Who was paying for the ring?
He gave me payments, but I told him that they would not go towards the ring because he owed me money.
Did you have the ring in your possession, or it's still at the jewelry store?
It's still at the jewelry store, which I'm still currently paying for, or else I lose my money that I put on the ring.
Okay, so what happened between you two?
He was supposed to be making payments on the ring. He said to me he was going there and paying them cash on the ring. The lady called me saying, "Hi, Miss Edwards, we haven't received any payment in this amount of time." And I go, "But he told me he had been making payments." So I did not answer none of his phone calls. He did not have a key to my apartment. I do live on my own in my own 2-bedroom. So I basically just cut off all communications. So finally he calls me from his cousin's phone, and I answer, and he asks me if he can take me on vacation to make it up to me, and I agree. He takes me on this vacation, he assaults me, and then...
How does he assault you?
He wanted to have sex, and I told him I was on my menstrual, so we were not having sex. And he got upset. He socked me in my eye.
Did you call the police?
Yes, I did. And
what happened?
Maryland police are horrible. They came in, we're so used to domestic violence. I'm not used to domestic violence. They came in extremely flushed with all this domestic violence that they have on an everyday. What is it now? I don't even live here, sir. I told you I was assaulted. You're not even taking a report. You're not doing anything. I have a cut over my eye, and I want to leave.
Did you have a cut?
Yes, I did have a cut over my eye.
Do you have a picture?
No, I do not have a picture.
All right. So did they take a report or no?
They just gave me, they
Did
took
you end
their
up
report.
staying or did you leave?
I left.
What are you suing for here today?
I'm suing for money loaned.
When did you loan him money for clothing?
Okay, that was March, January, and March.
Okay.
What happened was I loaned him the money and he said, I don't want you to loan me the money. Maybe I won't use all of it. What I want is I want you to purchase the stuff and then
Okay.
from the receipt I'll pay you back.
You're
those
also
items
suing him for the cost of a camera. Explain that
he
one.
stole.
How do you know he stole it?
I live on my own in my own two-bedroom. My kids live with my mom. So I only give her money towards my kids when I can. And he stole the camera because me and him is the only one in my house. He has no keys. So when I leave him in my house, he's there until I come home. And
Where's the ring? The ring is at the jeweler's?
The ring is at
You've
the
never
jeweler's.
picked up the ring?
No, I just continue paying
You've
for
paid
it.
how much towards the ring?
$300. Almost $300.
How much is the total amount that you're supposed to pay for the ring?
$707.
So, and according to you, he gave you money, but it was never for the ring.
He gave me money and he said he wanted me to use it to the ring, and I said, you owe me over $600. There's no way you're gonna give me money in my hand and it's gonna go towards the thing. So do you want me to take this money and take it off the debt that you owe me and mark off whatever you owe me, or do you want to just keep this money? Because I'm not gonna put it on the ring if you owe me money. He said, keep the money
Why
towards
would
the
that
money.
make sense? If the guy owes you money, why wouldn't you just take the money?
Because I want him
All
to
right,
understand
your turn
that.
to not make sense. Go ahead.
Thank you very much.
What's going on?
From
This is how you buy a lady a ring? It's in her name, it's financed in her name, and she has to make payments?
No, ma'am. The agreement was she gonna buy me my ring and I'm gonna buy her ring.
Yeah, but you didn't.
I did. Every time I did not, she said I was owing her $600. She met me working. Her paycheck cannot meet my paycheck for the week. The money I make, she cannot meet it for the week.
What difference does it make? You just still didn't buy her a ring. I mean, that's even worse.
No,
Okay.
the business is I give her the money for the ring, but
How much money did you give her for the ring?
I will not say the amount because I cannot remember, but every 2 weeks I will give her 200.
Don't you think that you should just go to the store and buy the ring?
Well, yes, it would make sense.
But you didn't do that. Or go to the store and finance the ring?
But we went there and pick up the ring.
Why was it
and
in her
everything.
name and not yours?
No, it was in her name.
Why?
Because she gonna buy me mine and I'm gonna buy
But
her.
what does that have to do with that? So why isn't the ring that's for her in your name? Why don't you take responsibility and you sign the papers and you have the payment that you have to make? Why is it in her name?
Because from the time I met her, it's all about her.
So what happened between you two?
Too much of cheating, and I'm a grown man, older than her. It won't work. I go through my mind and I see what's happening. I know she's doing what she's doing behind my back, so I tell her.
She was cheating on you?
Yes, ma'am. So I say, well, bye. I'm gonna most of my time and what I need.
Were you cheating on him?
Is to.
Your Honor,
Yes or no?
No.
Okay.
What happened was, I want to explain that. What happened was, I bought him his engagement ring now.
Were you cheating on him? Yes or no? That's the only thing I want you to
I
explain.
broke up with him and I went with somebody else. I don't think that's cheating.
No, it's not. All right. So now, why is this funny? Did you steal her camera?
No, ma'am. That's my camera. I didn't. As she say, I didn't have no keys for her house.
Okay, I'm sorry. You brought me your camera to show
just
that. Why would you steal her camera?
Yeah, because the two cameras
That's like
are
saying,
the same place.
but that's like saying, like I have $20 in my pocket. Why would I steal $20? Because you want $40. What,
The thing is, if you tell me I steal your camera, why 6 months after you bringing me back to your house? If I'm a thief, why you bringing me back and you say I steal your camera? Why you making me enter back your house?
But here's my question. Why do you say that it was 6 months later that she brought you back?
Because after that, we had broke up. And the other one, what she say about Marilyn, about I hit her. If I hit you and the police right there taking your report, they should have locked me up if you had a cut over your eyes. They should have make a report.
Are you saying she didn't have anything over her eyes?
Nothing.
Did you hit her?
I did not touch the lady. She started getting on in the policeman's face. They tell her, you know what? You crazy. They tell me, run.
What about this clothes?
Well, I don't know about this clothes, man. Tell you the truth.
You bought him fancy makeup? You bought him a girl's skirt?
No, there's stuff that is not. There's stuff on there that is.
I'm sorry. They're not even. I don't even see where they're men's items.
They're. It doesn't specify. They're basically male boxers, shirts. I still have some of the stuff at my house because when I told him to leave, he tried to hit me again.
Did she pay for clothing at H&M for you that you were supposed to pay her back for?
No, ma'am.
Do you have a ring?
No, I have no ring.
So neither ring was picked up.
He has his ring.
Why
Whatever
does he have
did
his
with
ring?
it. Because I finished paying for his ring before he did mine.
You don't have the ring?
I don't have
No,
the
but did
ring.
you get it?
It lost, Your Honor.
You lost the ring.
But you say you didn't have it.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, engagement gets called off. Who gets to keep the ring?
The guy.
Really? You think so? You have to give the ring back?
I would be nice and do it, yeah.
You would be nice and do it, okay?
Depends. What did he do? Why did you break it off?
Oh, so that's if he's a rat, you get to keep.
Oh, yeah. And the house.
Well, he hasn't given. Don't get ahead of yourself. Who gets the ring back?
I think it depends on who called it off.
Does it?
Yeah.
Interesting. So if he calls it off, she gets to keep the ring.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see. Going inside the courtroom.
Let me tell you how this is going to work, okay? Let me first explain how engagement rings work, all right? Different states have different laws about engagement rings, okay? You live in the state of New York, and here's the law in the state of New York. It is a gift in contemplation of marriage. The marriage doesn't take place, the gift goes back, okay? That's how it works. Some states make a judge figure out whose fault the breakup is. Those are really weird states. Okay, mercifully, your state doesn't, which I think is the better rule, because really, how do you figure out whose fault it really is? You could, you just keep going back and forth, just like the relationship does, to figure out whose fault it is. And that just doesn't work out. So we have the ring you paid for him. You finished paying for it, he got it. There is no marriage, he must return the ring to you. He doesn't return the ring to you because he lost it. He owes you $207.50 for sure, okay? But then we have your biggest ticket item, which is the engagement ring, that if he had paid for it, he would get it back. He didn't pay for it. You go to the store, you put it in your name, and you pay for it. You bought a ring. He doesn't have to now pay you for that ring. You're going to get the ring. In fact, if he had paid, stop and listen. If he had paid for it, you'd have to be giving him the ring because the marriage didn't happen. So if you turn around and you go to a jewelry store and you obligate yourself to pay for something and you're paying for it, you're buying yourself a ring. If I were you, I would go back to that jewelry store, explain the circumstances, and tell them I would like to apply this money, please, to some other purchase. I've already paid you X, please let me buy something else, and buy yourself something you like, and that's it. But there is nothing for me to order him to return because he didn't even put anything into it. Now let's talk about the camera. I don't think that you have any evidence that he took your camera, okay? And telling me he's the only guy who has access to my house. When we know that there was a breakup and somebody else had access to you, and I can't imagine he's the only human who ever entered your house when you live on your own, and you certainly didn't think he was a thief of your camera because you end up going back with him after that. That's not enough evidence for me that he took your camera. The loan for clothing, all you've shown me, he denies that you ever loaned him money for clothing. All you've shown me is some receipts that say basic jersey over and over again. You just don't have proof in this case of anything other than the $207.50, which is what I'm going to order him to pay you. Consider it a lesson learned, because there's a lot of lessons in this case for you and for everybody watching.
Plaintiff coming out into the hallway here. Are you okay?
Yeah. I mean, it's a lesson learned. You don't know anybody.
Tell us about the lesson.
If you meet somebody and you don't know them, you don't give them the benefit of the doubt at all.
You went all the way in this case.
Yeah,
and you really wanted this.
He owes me over $6,000. I felt that he should pay me back for the stuff that he stole. The stuff that I took out, I wouldn't normally take out a ring.
You still have a ring on there.
This is my I met him wearing jewelry, but the
Ring.
Yeah.
You still have feelings for him?
I think he's sick and he needs help.
But Do you still have feelings for him?
I feel sorry for him.
All right, okay. All right, right down this way. All right, so come on in here. What's going through your mind here?
It's said and done, and I only owe her for the ring, as the judge said. I'm gonna pay for her ring. She said I stole her camera and her stuff. I know I did not.
You see her crying in the courtroom coming out?
That's just cry from a crocodile, just from a liar. That's just cry from a liar. Somebody that lies a lot. That's what it is. Thank you.
Okay, Harvey.
Okay, a lot of people think what this lady thought, which is that it depends on who called it off. In most states now, that's not the case. If it's called a gift in contemplation of marriage, which means that there's a string attached to the gift that you actually get married, and if you don't get married, you have to give the ring back to the guy. So the guy wins. Happy ending.